Hi, Jimmy. Hey, Carolyn, how are you today?
Hanging
Pretty
in there.
good.
Hanging in there. Come
Looking
on. I
forward
like
to
Carolyn's
talking to
answers. You're
you.
great. You're great. We're talking about this fabulous movie today.
Yes, we are.
It's such a good film. And, it's funny because as in preparation for this interview, I did some reading and the other night I was just sitting around watching TV and it comes on. We're in the season,
Oh, yeah.
you're in the Christmas season when it comes on television. What is it about this film that it's not just a great Christmas film, but it's good for any time of the year? Why do you think that is?
Well, it addresses so many issues that people have about their own lives. And in the end, it shows everyone that they do matter and that they do touch lives and they do make a difference and that life really is wonderful.
Yeah,
And
each
it
man's life touches
touches,
so many
uh-huh.
others. If they weren't around, it would leave an awful hole. And it shows them that they are important. You may think that you're not doing anything, but you might have smiled at somebody at a traffic sign or whatever, and you made their day. You didn't know
Oh,
that.
I have people that tell me they watch it year round because it brings their spirits up and they get renewed again. And we need that in this day and age.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
message.
no question about that. Yeah, absolutely. Now, you both were so young when you made this film, but I can't imagine that you still don't hold some special memories. Can you tell me about kind of what jumps into your mind of what you remember and cherish the most?
Well, for me, it was probably the petal scene with Jimmy Stewart and having the rose petals and the rose. I thought it was is exceptional, and I always thought after I saw the movie that I remember watching him put the petals in his pocket, and it kind of shows that on on the camera. But I think there was a reason for that Capra left it in there, and I think it's because he wanted to show that I loved my daddy very, very much, even though I knew he wasn't perfect. He helped me. Capra had a way of doing all kinds of magical things in his movies, and
Yeah, it's a real tap dancer. You see something happening.
Yeah.
They took him over to Beverly Hills High School to show him the gymnasium. Is this kind of the way you saw the gymnasium in the script, Frank? And he said, yeah, it looks real good. And then they said, below this floor is a swimming pool. He said, what? He said, yeah, swimming pool. I said, well, open it up. Let me see it. So that wasn't even in the script, but he wrote it, and that's what he did. The night before, he wrote a scene where he has me pulling on Jimmy Stewart's coattails and saying, excuse me. That was written the night before. That was in no script at all. But he just always improvised, and he was there at the moment and used a prop or something and told the actor, why don't you make something out of that? And
do some business.
yeah, always business.
Always business.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's so cool. I love hearing stories about directors, especially someone like Capra. Like, oh my goodness, I could talk to him about him for hours. But this is very exciting. Why we're talking today, because the film is finally being kind of re-released on a 4K new Blu-ray version, which is really really cool for people. But there's always some great behind the scenes stuff, and that's the stuff I bet people just love. They eat it up. What can people expect from this one? And I understand there's some great footage about a rap party that we didn't really know about before.
Yeah, that was pretty big of a
Oh,
find.
yeah, big
That made a
find.
believer out of a lot of people. Yeah, things that we met 30 years ago and talked about the film for the first time in 46 years between Carol Coombs and Carolyn. And I remind them, I said, oh, yeah, remember the rap party? I won the watermelon contest. No, they don't remember
Are you
that.
kidding me? He was
They
four
didn't
and a half
remember
years
that.
old. There's no way I'm going to think that he won the
Yeah.
watermelon eating contest.
Yeah, but just get the 4K and you'll see right there.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
that
eating the
rap
watermelon.
party came out, and there he
There was,
was.
boy. Truth
Chomping
will
that
out.
down.
Hallelujah.
And he was so proud, and I had to eat crow. He
Yep.
won the watermelon eating contest.
Yep, and it's right there. That's one of the behind the scenes things.
Oh, I'm telling you, the rap party is just a winner. It is.
Yeah, baseball games and the sack races.
It was a home video that someone took. And
Yeah, one of the crew
One of the
members.
crew members, and they just they've shown pictures of everybody. It was just great.
Yeah.
And it's on that DVD.
Yeah.
It's there.
That's a highlight for me. Then
And-
the stuff
and-
from the vault,
yeah,
how
they
they
talk
did-
about making the snow,
Right.
and, you know, about Capra and about the negative and how they restored it. It's very wonderful information, and I think everybody would enjoy it.
Oh yeah, if you have a collection of stuff, this should be in there, no doubt.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And what's so cool too that it's a Wonderful Life museum, and I know that you guys have appearances and things like that.
We do.
Like this is amazing that how this one film has lived on.
Yeah, we're going
and
to be,
become, you know,
we're going to be at the museum.
Yes, we
aren't
are next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
The 12th, 13th, 14th, or something like that.
Yeah, 13, 14, yeah.
People are great at the museum. They
Seneca Falls, New York.
Yeah, and they have all sorts of stuff. We've given them certain things. It's great. I mean,
It's
you
the
walk through the
only
movie. It's like,
museum in the United States for a black and white film.
oh wow, see, I told
It's
you.
really incredible.
that is so cool.
Yeah, there.
Very, very cool. Well, I'm talking to you from Toronto, so we're not that far from there. So, you know, people
Well,
need
come
to come
on
out and,
down.
you know,
Come on.
take a drive.
Gee,
Yeah,
Bonnie,
absolutely.
please.
Guys, okay, I'm going to come and meet you in person. What the heck?
Great. We'll get to
listen,
meet you. That's important too.
well, it is. Okay, but I think it's more important. I'd love to meet you guys. Now, quickly before we wrap, I just want to know your lasting memories of Jimmy Stewart, because he is a guy that people just love and love watching all of his movies. Fondest memory of Jimmy?
Well, he was a man. I mean, I could talk about after the film and in his real life how he touched his fans' lives and how he made a lot of difference, goodness in so many people's lives. And he really practiced the George Bailey theory. He had values, he had morals, he was a great man. But in the film itself, he was a very tender and loving and kind man with me. And he had a lot of patience, and I really enjoyed working with him. I'm sure you did too, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, he was very giving. I'd written a couple of popular books on It's a Wonderful Life, and I had sent it to him to autograph it for various charities that we give things to. And week after he passed away, they all came back, all signed. So he was giving to the end. Very nice man.
How precious. How precious. Well, listen, thank you both for your time, and thank you for just, you know, to keep reliving this film, which is such a wonderful, wonderful, it is a wonderful life. It's a wonderful movie, and you guys are wonderful to talk to me. I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so
All
much.
right,
Thank you, and
Thank
we'll
you.
see you in Seneca Falls.
That's right. We'll
I'm
reserve a
coming.
table.
I am coming. I'm going to remind
All
you.
right. Have dinner
we'll see you
together.
there.
Okay,
Take
All
care.
right. Best to you.
Happy holidays to you both.
Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
Bye-bye.